Hello, Leos. Welcome to your weekly reading. This week, I know I don't usually talk a lot about astrology, but this week, the sun is moving into Pisces on the 19th. The new moon is in Pisces on the 23rd, and Mercury is retrograde in Pisces currently. So what all those things mean is that there's going to be some deep feelings this week across the board for everybody. And when Mercury is in retrograde, that usually means that things that from the past may be coming back for you to resolve or to face. And with Pisces, there's some really deep thoughts and feelings in Pisces. They're also the last sign of the zodiac. So what this means to you is that there could be some completion. And I pulled two native spirit cards, the top and bottom card of the deck, to get an overarching energy for what's going on with Leos this week. And you got the talking stick and flowing river. And I love that these come up with this retrograde Mercury, because Mercury is the planet of communication. Talking stick is about saying what you need to say, not being afraid to, own up to what it is you believe, to speak up when you feel like you need to, and to communicate the things you need to communicate. And with this Mercury in retrograde, you may be communicating with people from your past. You may be rehashing things that have happened so that you can finally have some closure this week through talking. The flowing river, however, is really about letting things go and trusting that things are moving as they're supposed to, and that things are going to be all right. So if there is something that you feel like you need to say this week, think about it and know that once you say it, you could release it so you can get some closure and move like the flowing river into what is coming, and know that it's going to be good for you, that it's for your own good and it's for the best. So I pulled cards. The 10 of Pentacles came flying out of the deck. So that's your bonus card. However, the cards that I pulled for you were the 10 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. And then the Ace of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. I wanted clarifiers on the 10 of Swords and the 9 of Swords, so I pulled from another deck, again, the 10 of Swords, the 2 of Cups, and the bottom card there was Temperance, which is all about balance, as is the 2 of Pentacles. So there is really a theme here to your cards this week. The 10 of Swords that came up twice, that means that something's going to come to an end. You are probably going to clear the air about things, and you are going to allow the closure or get the closure that you need this week. The 9 of Swords really are about anxiety, anxious feelings. I'm hopeful that the closure that you're going to get is going to take away any of those anxious feelings. The things that you might be talking about this week, or the things you might be dealing with this week, very well maybe from the past, and they may be things that have been keeping you up at night, things that you really feel like you need to deal with so you can move on. The 2 of Cups is a beautiful card of a relationship between two people, a deep, loving relationship. So that kind of gives me an indication that you may have these upset feelings about an old relationship that wasn't quite resolved. You may wish things had ended up differently. You may be having conversations in your head with this person. Know that with the talking stick card, the river flowing card, that you may be able to have those conversations, or maybe you just need to write down what it is you want to say and release those things from your mind so that you can move on and move into what I believe is going to be a much better outcome. The 10 of Pentacles, your bonus card that came flying out of the deck, is happiness, abundance, stability, financial stability, emotional stability. It's your home life being stable. So if you have some instability in those areas, or if those are some of the things that have been upsetting you, know that you can have the stability that you want. Also know that with the Ace of Swords, that's a victory card. It's a beginning of a victorious period, but the swords are also about communicating. Going back to the talking stick. Talk about what it is you need to talk about. Release what you don't need. Have that conversation so you can move on. And the Two of Pentacles is a card of balance, balancing your home and work life, balancing your emotions. And it could be internal or external, but it is a card of balance. And the Temperance card, which was the bottom card of my clarifier deck, is also all about being in balance. It is a card of Sagittarius. But I feel like this reading is less about a certain specific person and more about you getting in touch with your own feelings and being able to release what you don't need so you can move into, I think, really happiness, abundance, a feeling of clarity, perhaps love. The Two of Cups really does signify a loving relationship and romance between two people. So maybe you need to get through some of your old things in relationships. Maybe you need to talk about them. Maybe you need to release them. But ultimately, the flowing river, a beautiful flowing river, says that you are going to move into things and that things are going the way they're supposed to go. And sometimes things going the way they're supposed to go isn't exactly what we want. I've learned this lesson many, many times. But I have also learned that not getting what I want has ultimately brought me to things I would never have thought of. So try to embrace the release and know that your feelings may be deep this week. Conversations may be deep this week, but ultimately it's going to propel you into abundance, happiness, and stability. I want to thank everyone for watching, all who've subscribed. Please subscribe if you like, share with others, and intuitively take from this what resonates with you, and have a great week.